Alright, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, WTBL Heatwave just ended. Just ended. Um, Overall, a good night of women's battle rap. A good night. Um, a really good night of battle rap. Um, Salute the WTBL, salute the Primo, salute the Chilla Jones, salute the um, Kenny Black. Solid event. Um, solid event. You know. Um, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it though. Um, uh, you know, kicking off the night, we had Amara Shade and Destin. Um, that started it off. Amara Shade 30. Amira Shade 30. Um, I liked Amira addressing the culture in the third. Um, like she was rapping well. Her projection was good. She looked comfortable. Delivery was good. She had sneaky bars. Um, I'm pretty sure some bars I missed. I didn't quote bars with their like some battles I quoted stuff. Like I really took notes with, and some battles I didn't. But definitely, definitely a good debut for Amara Shade. She seemed very comfortable. She seemed very, very comfortable up there against Destin. Um, based off of how Destin was talking in the spaces, she sounded very, very comfortable, very confident, but she did not look that tonight. Like she didn't look confident. Like she definitely got to go back to the drawing board. She got to go back to the drawing board and figure some things out. She got to figure some things out. You know, this definitely wasn't the debut that Dustin should have had. Like for me, especially saying after what happened with the last battle with Molly Baby and the situation with that, I expected a pissed off, overly prepared Destin on bullshit. Like that's what I expected. You know, like she had a couple of lines, but overall it wasn't enough. She got 30. She got 30. Amara Shade came prepared. She came prepared. Like I don't know if she watched people like or heard people's predictions you know and critiques of her, but she came prepared. She was prepared. Myra Shea was prepared. Um, because everybody had a lot to say about Myra Shea with the whole rebrand. She was first Shady, then coming back as Myra Shade. You know, her hashtag Myra for WTBL hashtag. A lot of people had a lot to say about that. But if you ask me, that was great marketing. Good, great marketing of herself. If you ask me, great marketing of herself. And like putting it out there, she wanted to be on WTBO and working hard to get there. I believe Amira did enough definitely to get a call back. She had a really good debut. She had a really good debut. Um, Destin, I don't know. I don't know. Like you gotta figure some things out. You gotta figure some things out. Or talk to like whoever is your like folks around you. Like you gotta figure it out. Cause you, like I said, you did good on battle rap baddies, and then the Molly situation, you know, wasn't great. So I expected next time you popped out, especially with this being a debut, I expected way more. I expected way more, and it wasn't. It wasn't that. If I'm a Myra Shade, pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back. You got a 30, but you knew you was gonna get a 30. But I think you wanted a good battle with getting a 30. Like you were in there comfortable rapping your ass off 3 solid rounds. If I'm gonna be honest, like I look forward to who Amira Shea gets next as far as WTBL. I look. I'm. You know. I think. Whenever the finals, I would want to see Myra on that card. I would want to see Myra Shade on the finals card if she's available. Um. Hopefully, this means Amara's outside more now. I want to see her on the WCBL finals card, but I just want to see Amira outside more. This is your second live battle since being back. First 3 round battle. I, I want to see what's next for you. Um, then it went to Mo Bitus and Send the Poet. That was a great back and forth battle with Mo Bitus and Send the Poet. Mo Bitus had a bunch of Send the Poet flips. Um, Mo Bitus had the first popping poet, likes to use the set in a box like a confessional. Um, Mo Bitus had a solid first round. She had a solid first round. Sen had the whole facts, Carfax bar the first. Ass changing out the car, ass hanging out the car like a drunk bitch. Um, I gave Sen the first. I gave Sen the first. Um, I gave Mobitus the second, and then the third. The third for me could go either way. Reggie with Sen and Mobitus. Um, yeah, it can go either way. I have Sen 2-1. I have Sen 2-1. I wouldn't be mad if somebody told me Mobitus 2-1. I wouldn't be. That was a good back and forth battle. Like that's how you rap. I think Sin's best round was her second. So yeah, I want to say Sin's best round was her second in this, and I think Mobius best round might have been her first. Um, yeah, because I think Sin had the Sin had the Vincent Van Gogh bar in the second, and Mobius had the Young Miami Spin That Shit bar in the second. Yeah, yeah. And then I guess Sin had the what's the difference between a 7.52 and a 7.57? A .5. She had that in the third. That was crazy. Um, um, Nobody just had the nostrils bar like Tati, bar in the third. Yeah, I had Sin 2-1 in a really good back and forth battle. It was a really good back and forth battle. Um, then one of the battles I personally wanted to see. One of the battles I really wanted to see was Rainfire Moon versus Molly Baby. It was exactly what I expected. It was exactly what I expected that battle to be. I expected Rainfire Moon to come back, be it be the Rainfire Moon that we all know and love, and spit that shit and had three solid clean rounds. That's exactly what she did. That's exactly what she did. Molly Baby. Molly Baby is just a ball of energy. She's figured some shit out. She's figured some shit out. She's figured some things out. Like, like what she's figured out is working. It's working. It's definitely working for her. Um, Rainfire Moon went first. She had the Patrick Swayze bar. She like Rainfire Moon had a lot of shit in her first. I didn't quote everything, but she came out rapping very, very well, and like there was no doubt, like rapping very well. Um, Molly in the first was addressed. She addressed getting swung on. I don't know when that happened. Um, like she just got to pace better. Like like she raps at a certain like way in a certain way of it. So she's got to pace it better. Um, she had rain flips in the first. Um, I gave Rain Firm on the first. Um, Rainfire Moon had how many niggas went to the moon and never made it back. That was like it was something along those lines in a second. It was crazy. It was crazy. That was a crazy bar from her in a second. Um, she mentioned like Chicago shit. She mentioned like footwork and something else. Like she was talking Chicago. Like Rain Farmer was mentioning a bunch of Chicago shit in her second. Um, yeah, she talked about the culture in her second round. Also, Rain Farmer talked about the culture and how people saying that you know talking about how she wasn't on the last couple of battles. You know, um, she had a solid second. She had a solid second. Um, Molly had the Rose bar in the second, the Buzz Lightyear bar in the second. Molly was talking that struggle shit in the second. Um, I'll go from no contact to loopholes. Crazy, crazy. Um, it was. Oh, what was the bar? I'll make sure your son don't eat to make sure mine does or something. But I forgot how she worded it, but when she said it, it was crazy. It was crazy. Molly was hella comfortable in the second. Hella comfortable on her second. Molly got the second round. Um, 1-1 going into the third. 1-1 going into the third. Um, Rainfire Moon had the Martin Lawrence uh, bar in the third. And then Rainfire Moon had the y'all say I lost my last few, but my buckets ain't stopped. Crazy. Crazy. As much as we can critique that Rainfire Moon wasn't great the last performances, but Buck and Rainfire Moon, you know what you get. So of course, I didn't like anybody wouldn't expect her buckets to stop. Um, solid third, solid third. Um, Molly went yellow. The yellow beezy bar. Um, I'm not. I know who she. I'm not really sure about that. I know, like, I forgot the bar with that. The Avatar bar, I got moon color covered as a solar eclipse was crazy. Molly had to give a new meaning to rain on your parade. That was crazy. Dang NBA Jam is fire around me, around me when I shoot, when I was shoot, like crazy, crazy. And then like she ended like Molly ended her third off with the you know what's good for depression uplifting crazy. I had Molly 2-1. I had Molly 2-1, second and the third, but I can also see a person having Rainfire Moon first and third. Like that's how good of a battle Rainfire Moon and Molly Baby was. Like it was that good of a battle. Like Rainfire Moon came in that jump like bitches had me fucked up. Y'all think because of what happened in my last battles that a bitch just gonna come in here and beat me. Hey, Rainfire Moon was shown. It ain't that. Ain't that. You know, it ain't that. That's what she was shown. Rainfire Moon and Molly Baby was a really good back and forth battle. So mind you, 2 for 2, 2 for 2 with the battles. Myra and Destin was one sided. So when we so Cinemobitis back and forth great. Rainfire Moon, Molly Baby back and forth great. So they was 2 for 2 with that one. Then we get to Tasha the Author versus Shizo U. What I did not enjoy this battle. I did not enjoy this battle at all. You know, for a number of reasons. Um, Tasha Tasha wanted to fight. I don't remember exactly what Shizo you said, but whatever it was that she said, it definitely made it got Tasha. Tasha wasn't really trying to rap. She wanted to fight, and you could hear her saying about punching Shizo you on her shit. So between that and them going back and forth, it just was not a good battle. It was not a good battle. You know. Um, but let's okay. So Tasha went first. Tasha was talking about Shizo, you want to be a nigga in the first round. You know. Second, and Shizo went and she was addressing about how bitches are in the spaces. That's what she was addressing at her first. Um, I like the PBS Kids author scheme in the first. You know, um, Shizo mentioned about Tasha recycling from the J Gray battle in the first. Um, I gave Tasha the first. Second round, let's see. Second round, second round, Jay, Tasha went was rapping with Raptor said, all right, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. I'll be right back. Be right back. Alright. So let me see something. Uh the second Tasha rapped seemed like she was over it. She was over it. Um it was cool. It was alright round. So Shizo's second. She mentioned about a book that Tasha wrote. And because I guess, Shizo's mentioning that Tasha's talking during the round. So they going back and forth. And I'm just like, okay, y'all fussing and shit. This battle's just not it. It's not it. Um, Tasha's third was just it was okay. You know, if you ask me between the fussing and shit, the battle wasn't it. It wasn't it. You know, once Shizo said whatever Shizo said that pissed Tasha off, Tasha was just trying to hurry to get the battle over with. That's you know, like the battle was not good. It wasn't. You know, it wasn't good. If I had to give somebody the third, I guess Shizo got the third. So Shizo won if that's the case. But that battle's ass. The battle's ass. Tasha and Shizo, you was an ass battle. All bets was off. Once whatever it was that Shizo said that pissed Tasha off, that Tasha was like, I want to punch you in your shit. The battle was not good. It wasn't a good battle. You know, you know. But Shizo has some bars that I can be like, okay, it's it's cool, in the third. Then we got Nay versus Geek Girl. Nay versus Geek Girl. Nay 30. Nay 30. Nay 30. Nay 30. Whatever the fuck they did to prepare for this battle, this is the best version of Nay. Clean. All 3 rounds. Great material. All 3 rounds. Whatever the fuck she did to prepare for this battle, Nay needs to stay right there. That's what she needs to do. Stay right there. Nay was clicking. The shit was clicking. The shit was clicking. That's the best way I could put it. That shit was clicking. She was bombing all 3 rounds. Like, whatever it is, or whatever the fuck they figured out, 30. Nay, 30. Like, if you ask me, far as Geek Girl had some shit, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I know Geek Girl should have came more clipped up than when she came. Like when we talk about some of the bars, Nay in the first had to I could have been a nail tech in the first five racks to shoot 3-point contest. I came from rough conditions, BDSM, um, geek girl on drugs like Carlton Banks. I got tech support for Geek Squad in the first. They gonna find girl on girl like lesbian porn in the first. Um, Geek girl went. This must be how LeBron felt when he went to South Beach. CNA to putting scrubs on it. The Young Miami Lil Uzi bar in the first. Uh, she'll go from Wonder Woman to Invisible Man in the second from Nay. The I'll Do You Better like side niggas in the second from Nay. Same mindset as a deaf bitch. All I know is hands. To be mad as fuck like when you miss your ex. Um, I could take it wherever with you, bitch, like a ride share. Like they had some shit. They had some shit. They had some shit. Um, so like I said, they got the first. Second round, they had some more shit. Um, Geek Girl had to use your funeral service like a hotspot. The nothing explosive came out of napalm. That was good in a second. The openest thoughts through my third throat culture. Like that was crazy in her second. And Geek Girl mentioned that she had a ghostwriter. Geek Girl mentioned that they had a ghostwriter. We've heard this many, many times. But um Nate got the second. Um like I had Nate 30. Geek Girl had shit here and there throughout the rounds. But it wasn't like back to back to back. Like or like field like how she did with Mallory. Or even a J Artillery. Like it wasn't like mostly throughout. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. Nate 30. Nate 30. Whatever the fuck, like I said, whatever the fuck Nate did, Nate needs to stay right there. She needs to stay right there with it. Um, then we went to Jay Gray versus La G. You know, I'm like, ah, cool. Probably the best showing for La G. The best showing for La G. From the Lady Lions battle to the big ice battle to battling Jay Gray. Laji was clicking from out all 3 rounds with the shit. 3 solid rounds of that shit. Jay Gray was up there talking her shit. It was a Jay Gray versus Laji was a way better battle than predicted. Way better battle than predicted. Um, I think most people predicted this battle to be very one-sided. Very to be very one-sided. Kind of, kind of like how Big Ice versus Logic was. whereas Ice was cooking and IG started cooking in her third. Nah, they was going back and forth. IG versus Jay Gray was a back and forth on that, talking that shit, on that shit. Um, I gave Jay Gray the first, Logi the second, Logi the second, and Jay Gray the third. Um, it was like really, really good battle. Really, really good battle. I think Logi showed a lot of people, bitch, like, y'all think I'm only good for one round? Nah, bitch, I can do it all 3 rounds. You know? Like, she's good. She is good. Definitely the best performance, all around performance I've seen. Um, that got good replay value too. Um, um, we didn't have Big Ice and Zayn because of whatever reasons. That battle was canceled. Ash Cash and LS, for whatever reasons, LS did cancel the battle. Ash Cash was there. Big Ice was there. Still popped out the Miami show love to the girls. Um, and then we didn't get Rock Lee versus Kia V either because of a medical emergency. Kia V was there, and we know she was there because Dutch, Duchess and Rita talked to her. Like we could see them talking to somebody, and they said it was Kia V. So Kia V was there. Prayers far as Rock Lee, far as the medical emergency. Um, hopefully that gets rescheduled. Hopefully it gets rescheduled. That is a battle I want to see. Even though it's a rematch for them, it's still a battle I want to see though. Um, so it went to the battles for the tournament. Maori X versus Hope Trilly. Um, Maori X had a solid first round. It was just choppy. It was just choppy. She had some shit. She had some shit. It was just choppy. It wasn't clean. It wasn't clean. Um, like I think that's the best way I could put it. Mallory X just wasn't clean in the first. Hope Trilly was on some shit. But this ain't new. This may be new to a lot of people who wasn't in tune with Hope Trilly before she left and came back. But Hope Trilly's always been fire. She's always had a pinch. She's always spit that shit. You know. It's just tonight she was on one. She was on one tonight. On one. Um so I had like I said, I had Hope Trilly in the first. Hope Trilly got the second. Mal fucked up in her second. She fucked up in her second. So and then when it came to the third, Mal had a fire third. She had a fire third round. I liked her third. Um, it's just Mal was choppy, choppy. It was like she wasn't clean getting through the material. Had some shit, but wasn't clean getting through it. Whereas Hope Trilly had 3 rounds of material, bombing back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Like she was on that shit. But salute the whole Trilly moving on. Maori X still amazing, making it to the finals in two tournaments. Two tournaments. It's like my Maori X is, I hope she gets a name afterwards. Miles been doing her numbers. Um, then we went to J Love and Eon. Um, Eon had some shit in her first, but she stumbled. She stumbled. She was choppy in the first, but had some shit. Um, J Love got the first. Second round, I gave the Eon. Third round, I gave the Eon. I had Eon 2-1 and gave J Love the first. Um, J Love and Eon was a good back and forth battle. It was because it J Love fucked up too, um, and it was noticeable. Um, but now it's Hope Trilly versus Eon for who wins the WTBL title. You know, who wins the tournament? That's fire. That's fire. Um, so here's my thing. Going with the finals, whenever the finals are. We don't know as of yet. I hope everything's good with Rock Lee. That when the finals come, hopefully Rock Lee and Kia can happen. Um, I would love to see Big Ice and Zayn on that too. Ash Cash and LS if it can be rescheduled to whatever the finals is. Um, I wouldn't mind seeing a Myra Shade. Um, a Myra and Mobitus. I wouldn't mind it. Um, her and Mobitus, maybe hers and the poet. You know, um, I wouldn't mind seeing Jay Grace against somebody. You know, you know, you know. I think they can make some good matchups for the finals. But overall, WTBL Heatwave was fire. It was fire. I have no complaints. I have no complaints. My battle of the night for me, um, my battle of the night for me is gonna be Ray Move and Molly Baby. That would be my battle of the night. Yeah, that's my battle of the night. Um, I like they battle. Um, Overall, great event. I look forward to the finals and the other battles on the card with it. Salute to Prime Primo. Salute to the ladies. Salute to Chandler Jones. Salute to Kenny Black. Another successful WTBL event. Um, yeah.